All right, if you want to finish up, flashcards. Start here. Go to page 37 in your workbook. We'll be doing 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4. Work together. Then we'll go from there. All right, let's get started. Ethan, will you read that one, please? This one right here.
Oh, April 1st, received cash from Rohe as investment, $1,500. Received from
All right, so what's the credit? What's the debit for that one? Great.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah.
The debit would be cash, and then the credit would be the investment.
Yep. So it's Norm Durner Capital. And then when we start a new page, we gotta write April. Write the month. All right. Guys, is that right? Will you read the next button, please?
April 2nd, paid cash for supplies, $375, check for Rohe.
Okay. So what's the debit for that one?
Supplies.
Yeah. And then credit. All right. Bryce, can you read that one, please?
April 5th, lot supplies on account from home supply.
Okay. So what's the debit and what's the credit for that one?
Supplies is debit and then home supply.
Yep. So accounts payable. So supplies first. Then. Oh, accounts payable, home supply. Right. Questions anywhere? Straightforward. Dustin, will you read that one, please?
April 7th, paid cash for insurance, $80, check number 2.
Okay, so which is the debit for that one? Credit?
Insurance would be debit, cash and credit.
So prepaid insurance.
as you notice, we're becoming a little bit more picky, if you will, about the account titles. So if you're looking through the textbook at the work together, like there's a couple of them on, I don't even know what page in the textbook, but it was, hey, here's the name of the company and what we're doing type deal. And here are the accounts we're going to use. Right? It's going to give you that list, that chart of accounts. And we'll talk more chart of accounts in chapter 4. But here are going to be the accounts we're going to use. Don't go make up any other ones, but we're getting more picky or precise. Maybe precise is a better way of saying it, where it's prepaid insurance, not just PPINS or insurance. It's Norm, Derner, comma, capital, not just capital. Right? We weren't super detailed, if you will, from like filling it all out in 1 and 2. We're getting just to be, again, the further we go in accounting, the more we worry about the details.
All right, Luke, will you read that one, please?
April 9th, paid cash on account for home supplies, $250 check 3.
So what's the debit, what's the credit?
Debit would be home supply and the credit would be cash.
We'll do it different. Date 9. Check 3. Brandon, will you read that one, please?
April 12th, paid cash for around $1,000, check number 4.
Okay, so what's debit, what's credit?
Rent expenses, debit, and cash.
Aiden, will you read that one, please?
April 13th, received cash from sales, 2,500. D13.
Okay, and then so what does T13 mean? Anybody can answer this. We'll just- The date, so it stands for calculator date. So whenever you have a calculator date, it's from April 13th. So yeah, so it's just the date. So which is the debit, which is the credit for that?
Cash and debit, sales, credit.
All right, Tristan, will you read that one, please?
April 14th.
Okay, so what's the debit and what's the credit for that one?
Sales would be credit and credit.
So remember, like you just did, sometimes it's easier to come up with credit first. There's no problem with that. Just make sure you list them debit first and credit second. So once you see a little increase. Doesn't matter whatever you do them in as long as they end up on the right lines. Lauren, will you read that one, please?
April 13th, gift cash for,
Okay, so what's the debit, what's the credit for this one?
utility expense for debit. Cash.
So independent on whether it's electric or water or sewer or whatever, it would always be utilities. Alright. Lauren, will you read that one, please?
April 20th, receive cash account. 35, parking,
Okay, what's the debit, what's the credit for that one?
cash, debit. Savings account.
Jenna, will you read that one, please?
April 21st, paid cash to owners of person rates, $1,000, check 6.
Okay, what's the debit credit for that one?
Debit would be John. And then credit would be
So Norm Derner drawing. Can work together. Problem 3, 4, 2. This is just 2, 3, 3. You want that?
Yep, I'm gonna go grab that one here in a second. Questions on the first half so far? I think I do. Nope, looks like I just have that first half.
Well, we can just do it in your books and we'll talk about it. Not write it up on the board. So Chloe, what's the next one? All right, it's on page 77 in the textbook. Page 77 would be April 22nd. And work together.
paid cash for water bill, $107.05.
Okay, and what's the debit, what's the credit for that one?
The debit would be utility expense. Cash.
So debit is utilities expense and credit is cash. $105 and C7.
Do we just continue this one or what?
It should be on the work together stuff. On 3, 4. Just on the bottom of it. All right, right, Cyrus, when you're ready, will you read the next one, please? April 23rd.
Sold services on account L row, $289. Tested.
Okay, so what's the debit, what's the credit for that one?
Accounts receivable, debit, sales credit.
Yep, so Jeff. So accounts receivable, L row for the debit, and then sales is credit. $289. Funds right here.
This one's only PDF, so normally I get to print this and turn it into a smart document, but it's not loving me today, so we can just use this as we walk through these.
All right, Will, will you read April 26th, please?
Received cash from sales, $1,670, $226.
Okay, and then what's the debit and credit for that one?
Debit is, cash, and credit is sale.
I think 67 or 1,607. That one's right up on top here. And T26 for the take number and date. Emily, will you take the 27 when you're ready?
Paid cash over for personal use, 650 C8.
Okay, and then what's the debit and credit for that one?
Debit is Norm Turner Dry, and credit is cash.
Got some Norm Durner drawing and cash, $650.
As you notice in the ants key that we got up here on the board, it's choosing to put the pennies in. Don't feel like you have to put the pennies in, but in anything in accounting, be consistent, right? If you're going to put 650 and then 2 more zeros for the pennies, that's fine, but then you should be doing it for every single one of them. Or just plain old $650 and no pennies, but then be consistent for every single one of them. That way people don't get confused and go, well, does this one really mean 65,000 or is it 650?
All right, Emily, Ruth, do the second 27, please.
Paid cash for supplies, $42 C9.
Okay, so let's debit, let's credit that one.
Supplies to debit, cash to credit.
Now here's our challenge as we finish this one up, and I'm just sitting back here peeking, and I watch Troy, and he's already started to do it. Troy, can you tell me what you're doing? Okay. Why? You ran out of room. If you notice, we only got one line down there. Okay, and whether Troy knew it or not, he did it perfectly. We're not going to split half of a transaction on one page and then do the other half of the transaction on the other page. Right? So Troy, without even knowing it, did it perfectly. He went to the brand new page and he started writing out the new date again, like April of whatever, right? Because it's a brand new page, and in theory, old school paper pencil world, we would have just went to one of those 3-ring books, teared out a new piece of paper, and started working. Now the catch, though, is look over here on the upper right-hand side. Again, these are almost like they're blank pre-printed pages. Troy's going to have to write page number 2 up here because it's his second page, right? In theory, on the top of the first page, if we didn't, we wrote page number 1 right here. So if you forgot, or we didn't teach you, either way, go to page 1 and put page 1 right up here on the very first one. When you get to the end of a page, don't split transactions in half. Leave that one line blank Go to a new page, you've got to rewrite the month and the year, you've got to now write the new page number, and now Troy's gonna go ahead and hammer the next transaction for us.
Oh, maybe no.
Sure.
Pay cash with postage, $53.10.
Okay, and then debit and credit.
Miscellaneous expense, debit, cash, credit.
Dollars.
This would be a prime example on the very first page of the work together. It gave you the list of accounts, right? Which one was it, Troy? What was the wording on the transactions?
Pay cash for postage.
All right. Now, if the company decides down the road that they want to track their postage separate, they may come up with a postage expense. Right now, they didn't. So that's where you may look at it and go, I don't see a postage bill expense account to fill it in. Where should it go? And in this case, we're just going to throw it into miscellaneous.
All right, so Justin, will you read that one?
Received cash on account from L Row, $200.
Okay. What's the debit and credit to that one?
Debit to cash, credit to account receivable L Row.
All right, and then Peyton, when you're done writing, we can finish this up, please.
Pay cash for sales, $544.
And then the debit and credit to that one.
Debit, cash, credit, sales.
All right, once you guys are done with that, you guys can go ahead and take your break. And then when you come back, start with work together on page 62, or on the next page of the workbook too. And then work through that, and we'll go from there.
All right, so for our virtual learners here, we just finished up the work together as a group. You guys are going to move on and do 3.1 through 3.4 on your own,
Starts on page 62.
remembering that all of the answers are going to be on Schoology. That should get us through today's set of work. As we look to Monday, we'll probably hit application problems and the study guide. We may even get to the mastery problem. This is going to be a pretty quick unit where as we keep clipping off, it's pretty straightforward. Every transaction is going to chew up 2 lines. At the start of a page, you need the month and the year. And you'll put page number 1, the debit goes first, the credit goes second. We're spelling out a little bit more in detail full names, so like Norm Durner Capital or AP. AP is plenty good and fine for Palm Supply. But we're spelling out prepaid insurance or rent expense or so on and so forth. So go ahead and work through the 3.1 through 3.4 on your own. That should be enough for a Friday. Looking at applications and mastery on Monday, probably study guide, Schoology type quiz on Tuesday, and most likely an exam on Wednesday. So that is going to be our plan. I'm going to go ahead and stop and upload this to Schoology, and you guys have a good weekend.
So the only thing you can write on is a